Hi, I'm Asata Reed, your life chef, making food that fits your lifestyle. And today we're doing a yummy dish that uses kale and white beans and some interesting spices that were inspired by flavors from Vietnam. I'll tell you a little bit more about it as we're cooking. First thing I'm going to do is heat up about a tablespoon of extra virgin olive oil in my pan. And into that we're going to add 1 yellow onion and about 3 cloves of garlic. Just let that saute in there. Love the flavors of onion and garlic, and they're so aromatic. And next I'm going to add the kale. I want it to wilt down in here, not cook very long. This was about 3 or 4 big leaves of kale that I just took off the stem and roughly chopped up. And to help that kale wilt down, we're going to add some French onion soup. About a cup and a half. I'm using French onion soup to keep this dish vegetarian, actually vegan, but if you'd like, you could use beef broth. It has a nice caramelized, rich flavor that actually reminds me of pho, one of my favorite noodle bowls, which is a very common Vietnamese dish. And that's where our spice inspiration came from. I have some star anise, cinnamon, and crushed red pepper, which are some flavors that you would find in pho. And I'm going to throw them right in here with our kale. Stir that around. Now, of course, when it's time to eat, you're going to make sure you pull that star anise back out, because biting into it is pretty unpleasant. But it gives a fantastic flavor to the dish. The last component to go in the pot is 1 can of white beans, which I've rinsed. These are white kidney beans or Cannellini beans. Rinse them off and you reduce the sodium of canned beans by 30 to 50%. So it's a nice shortcut if you don't have time to cook beans from dried. And in they go. Now I just want to turn the heat down, let this cook long enough for all the flavors to meld, and that's a done deal. Okay, so I mentioned I use French onion soup instead of beef broth or vegetable stock, and this is a brand that I happen to use. It's Pacific Natural Foods. It's organic, all natural, and again, French onion soup is basically caramelized onions, lots of good flavor, and it's a nice shortcut when you're going to use broth to cook a dish like we are with the kale and the beans. All right, that is smelling great, so I'm going to go ahead and serve it up, and we'll see how yummy it is. Again, you want to pull out the star anise before you serve it up, or at least warn people that it's in there so that they don't bite into it. And yes, I'm gonna just dive right in here. That smells wonderful. The cinnamon, the star anise, it has like a licoricey almost nose to it. That smells great. That is really good. The garlic and the onions still have their body. The kale is just wilted to being tender, and the beans are nice and creamy. That is a really fast, really nutritious, really wonderful dish. I hope you serve it up soon. I'm Asata Reed, your life chef, making food that fits your lifestyle.